You are more than a survivor. You are a warrior, more than a conqueror, an overcomer, even though there are times when you may not always feel that way. Yes, you've overcome a lot: childhood trauma, domestic violence, PTSD, sudden loss of a loved one. But then add to that the everyday stressors of life, and even the strongest among us can find themselves feeling confused, frustrated, depressed, anxious, overwhelmed. And what if there was a way to shut the door temporarily on the chaos of life? What if there was a way to hit the pause button and refresh? What if there was a way to move on to the next level in your healing journey? My name is Kat Myers, and I want to talk to you about the benefits of therapeutic writing. I know. When I say writing, automatically you flash back to high school and notebook papers and red slash marks from your teacher and all of that. But I'm not talking about that kind of writing. I'm not talking about writing for a grade. I want to talk about writing to be free. How? Let me show you. Hey, I'm doing a little bit of a different video than my normal videos. I wanted to kind of explore a new area, and it's called trauma writing. It goes by other names: therapeutic writing, healing words. Um, and I wanted to do this video because I'm developing a new class, and this is kind of like the research part for me in doing the class. So when we talk about trauma writing, it's writing about whatever past trauma that one has experienced and processing that experience through writing, which doesn't sound like a new idea, but what research has shown is that there are a lot of healing properties or healing qualities to this type of writing. And so I thought it would be a good thing for me to try, and also then to share with other people. There's lots of resources out there. I'm reading a book called Expressive Writing, Words That Heal by James Pennebaker, who's done a lot of research in this area. So it's James Pennebaker and James Evans. But Pennebaker has done a lot of research in this area. It's a really good book. So a lot of what I'll be talking about comes from that book. And what he discovered as he started to explore this area is that not only does therapeutic writing have a healing effect psychologically, but also that there are physical effects that he was seeing in his research: um, lower blood pressure, um, immune system improvement, and many others, which I'm going to show you right now. So why wouldn't you want to try something like that? If you've been through trauma, like I've been through trauma and many others I've encountered, um, what I like about his system, his approach, is that he's asking for 20 minutes of writing. That doesn't sound too painful, for 4 consecutive days. And he does allow for a lot of flexibility in those numbers, which we'll talk about as we go further into this. So in this video, I'm really just talking about sort of the process and the why. And then in the next video, I'm going to do one of the exercises, and then we'll process that. So if you want to just jump right to the exercise, you can skip to that in the next video. But if you want to learn a little bit about the why and some of the benefits of it, then stay here with me and we'll talk about it, as well as what we're going to be doing in this series of videos. Okay, so if you stayed, then as I showed you, there are many physical benefits in addition to psychological benefits. This is not something to be used in place of therapy. If you feel like you need to process your experiences with someone, a professional, do that. I highly recommend that. And doing this process, it may stir up things within you that you hadn't even realized, because honestly, for me, I hate journal writing. I'm a writer, but I hate processing my own feelings. But I do it sometimes, especially when I'm trying to work out something happened or I reacted in a certain way and I don't know why. I'll sit down with my journal, and one of the reasons I don't like it is because I end up crying a lot, and I'm just boo-hooing and boo-hooing because it's bringing up all this stuff, and I'll spend hours with it. Like once I start going, I can't stop. I keep going. So it's not something that I do often, but his approach, I think I can see a lot of benefit to this. Writing 4 days consecutively, 20 minutes. Nobody's excited about writing about trauma. I get that. But if there are benefits to this, if you can move to another level of healing, another level of peace. Many of us have been on a healing journey for years, but this is something to take you to the next level. I think that's worth it. So, what I invite you to do is join me in this process. I will put up the prompt. I will take you through my process, and I invite you to share with me what the experience was like for you and share it with other people. One of the things that he talks about is this is something that is your own. This is not something that you're going to publish or anything like that. You can do this writing and then go ahead and burn it, tear it up, and throw it in the trash, because it's all for you. It's all about your healing. And just trying to make sense of things that may have happened in your past. So that's the freeing part of it, because you can say whatever and nobody's going to read it because you're not going to share it with anybody. But we can talk about the experience of it and what it felt like and what it stirred up in you. And that's another way to process it. And I also think that one of the benefits, if you're writing 4 consecutive days, whatever sting or pain you may have felt on day one, it won't be that way by the time you get to day 4. Your perspective will change, and you'll see a level of growth over that 4-day period if you're writing for 4 days. So I'm excited about that, and I hope you do join me on this journey. Like I said, I'm working this out along with you. So we're kind of learning together, and I'll be sharing with you guys what I'm learning from the book as I'm reading through the book. And eventually I'll be ready to talk to you guys about the course I'm developing. And hopefully, if you're interested, you'll sign up for it. Okay, so that's all I have right now. I invite you to go then to the next video where we will actually talk about the first writing prompt and prepare for that and go into that process. See you there. Bye.